welcome to the premiere of championship boxing right here on Keeping the Real Sports. I'm the Real Sports guy, Steve Taylor. I'm pleased to be joined by my colleague, Andre Morton. And Andre, we got the Toledo and the Prince, Albert Bell. He's debuting against Nicholas Polanco. He's a brawler. I'm going to try to take the fight to him. And what chances do you give Polanco in this kind of affair here tonight?
Well, Steve, how you doing tonight? I think I give Polanco a good chance. He's a brawler. He comes forward, plods forward. But if Prince Albert Bell stays who he is, he will win because he's educated and he's smart guy.
Well, let's talk about that. We talk about educated. What do you mean educated as far as the boxing vernacular?
Well, Steve, what I mean by educated in boxing, I mean when you know where you're at in the ring, you understand distance, and you understand where your foot placement is, and know how to get out of the way of punches. Not just moving it just any way. You move educatedly, where you're moving, you're coming back with another punch.
Yeah. And Albert definitely possesses all of those skills. Now, when we look at Polanco, a brawler, he's a Dominican fighter making his first appearance in the United States. It's going to be a tough ask for him tonight, but his only chance is to make this fight ugly.
That's his only chance, Steve. He has to make it ugly. He has to get inside. He has to jab, 2-3 jabs to get inside of the taller guy, and then make him pay. But that's the only way he's going to win this fight.
Let's go up to our ring announcer. This is the fight starter.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pulse Boxing in association with T-Bonds, Bail Bonds, Local 500, Miss Perfect Boutique, The Bay, and Fight TV The App proudly present your main event of the evening. This feature attraction has been reviewed and approved by your promoter, Mr. Vic Green, and the Ohio Athletic Commission. The inspectors in attendance tonight are Rob Martin and Andy Martin. The executive director is Mr. Bernie Privado. The WBO president is Francisco Paco Valcárcel. The WBO supervisor in attendance tonight is Porforio Metegon. Your officials for this matchup are as follows. The matchmakers are Fabiano Peña and Aaron Rodriguez. Your timekeeper is Deb Martin. Lead ringside physician is Dr. Anthony Atkins. Judges ringside scoring your main event, Robin Vargas, Antoine Bell, and Scott Maddox. Your main event referee is Lonnie Scott. And I am Mr. Throwdown, and I start fights. Toledo, Ohio, the fighters are ready. The officials are ready. Are you ready for your main event? It's time to throw. Introducing the fighters. This contest is scheduled for 10 rounds in the junior lightweight division, and it is for the World Boxing Organization NABO Vacant Junior Lightweight Championship. Introducing your fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed in black and red. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, he weighed in at 130 pounds. He comes to the ring representing Pro Box and Team Bandera. With a record of 20 wins, only 2 losses and 1 draw, with 11 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, ladies and gentlemen, here is Nicolas La Pantera Polanco. And his opponents, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed in red. Standing 6 feet tall, he weighed in at 130 pounds. He comes to the ring representing Central City Boxing Gym. He is undefeated with a record of 21 wins, no losses and no draws, with 6 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing the south side of Toledo, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current reigning WBC and gentlemen, the vacant.
Now, alongside Andre Morton, it's the Real Sports guy, Steve Taylor. Glad you could join us. You know, Prince Albert Bell, the taller fighter, man, he's going to have to muck this up, man, to really get into him earlier. What do you expect out of the left hand? You expect him to go left-handed against the taller?
Well, we see that right now, Steve. He already answered that question by coming out as a southpaw.
And you see right now, Albert establishing that jab there. And if you see the footing right now, do you like the footing of Albert keeping that foot on the outside of the left-handed?
I love it, Steve. That's the best way. That's the only way to fight a left southpaw. Stay on the outside of the left of the foot, of his right foot, and you can throw the right hand straight down.
Exactly what he's looking to do. Establish that jab straight ahead, and then you jab with the right hand.
That's it.
And then you see Polanco trying to muck it up and get inside and really rough up, use his rough out tactics.
Yes, but the only problem with his tactic that he's doing is he's not jabbing. If he stays out there all like this, then as educated as movement as Bell has, he's going to always be.
You see Polanco change now, and he goes orthodox. See if he has any more success that way, and he looks to jab from a distance. He's going to have to double jab to get his way in over that long range finder of a jab of Albert the Prince Bell.
Exactly, Steve. That's exactly what he has to do. He has to jab, and then throw the right hand to the body, because he's not going to hit him in the head.
Bell using almost a cross defense there. Up against the ropes, he spins off immediately, ties him up.
Yeah, and Bell does a lot of different things, which makes him so good. As you can see, he catch, lure him in and throw a check left hook.
Double jab, just short by Polanco. And Bell snaps that jab and then snaps the head back of Polanco.
A hard, steady jab, stiff jab.
Continue hook, and then he ties him up. Just such a cerebral boxing talent in there.
That's what I mean by that.
Continuing to circle it as he jabs, and then you see the uppercut out of that jab.
So many things, so many nuances he has.
Bell keeping him at distance with the jab.
What that jab does to the body, it sucks out the wind out of him,
Well, you see him just turn that left over and then just turn around, step around real quick. There's a land by Polanco as he lands the right hand and coming in. And he continues to look for that again as he swings wildly and he eats the left hook for it.
And he has that, he can get that all day, because the only thing that I have with Bell is he keeps his head up high and throws punches. He has that European style of tall guys.
Right.
If he tucks his chin some more, he's gonna be trouble in this division.
So if you were looking to score this round, what would you be looking for and how would you score it?
I scored it for Bell, of course, but I scored it at the reason I scored it for Bell is because of just the educated movement, the understanding of distance, that he had, and Polanco would not, jab and come in. He's not going to win like that.
So in Ohio boxing, the fights are scored on a 10-point must system. What we mean is the winner of a round gets 10 points, the loser 9. So if we break this down and we score it based on what we saw that first round, we'd have to score 10-9 for the hometown hero, exactly. Albert the Prince Bell.
Exactly.
And Bell picks up right where he left off with that jab.
Popping the jab. And see, Polanco's not going to get in. He's not going to. He's got to sell out.
But you see him let his hands go there, and right away Bell ties him up.
Yes, but they're smart.
And then we restart. Bell pawing with that jab.
And see in the pit of the stomach.
There you go. The body's not going anywhere. It's Andre.
It's not going nowhere.
There's a hook, and you see spin off the hook.
You just see the education there.
It's the footwork, but you see Polanco trying to get in, but he's not jabbing, and he lets his hands go there, but right away, again, Bell ties him up.
Exactly, Steve. He has to double and triple jab in order to get in. He's the shorter guy.
He's letting his hands go there, but Bell eludes all of that. Sets him up with the jab again.
He just does so many things, you know. Think he's going to jab you, he's going to throw straight right in.
Oh boy, he missed that jab and ate two of them, or 1-2 right away.
So they're going to, one jab is not going to get it for him.
Yeah, Polanco's going to have to let his hands go. He's going to have to double jab his way in, Andre, if he's going to have any success. And he eats a 1-2, and he spins off the ropes, and you see the cerebral nature of Albert the Prince Bell.
Exactly.
You know, when I look at Albert Bell as the right hand lands again over the top, and then the left hand continues, what he reminds me of is Tyrone Butterfly Crawley from back in the day, back in the old ESPN days. He was a master technician in a fight. He would rarely get hit throughout the course of a fight, Andre.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's a good analogy. He does remind you a lot of it.
And there's and all of that goes back to his name. Andy Bell, he understands this. See, Andy's old school. And see, when you ask Prince, what's the key to his success? Well, he'll start right there with his dad, Andy Bell.
That's where he started. And it's obvious that it's the opposite on the other side. Polanco's corner has not told him, or he hasn't done what they told him. So Polanco's corner has not done it, told him, or he hasn't done what the corner told him to do, which is jab, jab, jab is what we've been calling for, and then throw the right hand.
So what we're looking at now, if we're scoring this again, and we're going to keep your running score. So Andre, why you got it now?
I have it this round, 10-9. So we have 2018.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I like. I like it. So if you're the Bell camp, are things progressing the way that you anticipate?
Oh yes, it's beautiful. Everything is coming together beautifully. He's slowly breaking his man down. I don't think he'll knock him out, but if he does, it's going to come because he's still breaking it down now.
Polanco's still trying to solve that puzzle. That puzzle is that long left jab being established by Bell.
And he gets the worst of it when he turns south.
Yeah, because he's in line. The base off of his footwork, he's right in line for those right hands, and there it is right there, right on cue.
Straight right hands.
You can touch him and then spin off the ropes. Polanco trying to get in there and roughhouse tactics. Bell ties him up.
Well, that's Polanco's only chance.
Bell continuing to keep that jab out there. You see the check hook there by Polanco. He missed it and ate two right hands for it. Tied up once again.
Just missed a straight left hand.
There's a beautiful 1-2 there by Bell. And then he hits him with the uppercut.
Just so many things.
Bell in total control, just comfortable. And that's the thing that impresses you, is how comfortable he's in there. Look at this. Continuing to let his hands go 1-2. Continue to jab.
He's very, very calm and cool. And
Polanco just can't get under that long jab being established by Bell.
Now it's just playing. It's,
beautiful 1-2 from distance.
This is just a sparring session.
Gets hit with the right hand over there. Now, what can Polanco do? To cut down the distance. I mean, this distance is just too far to try to throw punches. You're getting picked apart.
Exactly.
Another 1-2. And the jab continues to score for Bell.
Continue.
3-piece by Bell as he spins off the rope and continues to showcase his master boxing talents.
All Polanco does is just plods and follows.
That doesn't bode well.
He has to jab.
Now you see it change, and Bell is starting to become the aggressor as he's walking him down. He has Polanco against the ropes.
It's a sparring session.
There's the right hand over the top, and he skips out of the way, and that's 3 rounds in. Championship boxing right here on Keeping It Real Sports alongside Andre Morton. I am the Real Sports Guy. I am so glad you could join us from the Huntington Center right here in the Glass City of Toledo, Ohio. Man, what do you think? Give us your scorecard. What you have thus far in this round?
Thus far in this round, this is a 10-9 round. You can actually maybe go a little bit more than that, the way this domination was. So, we 4 rounds. Can we do 4 rounds down? 3 rounds.
3 rounds. 3 rounds down. 3 rounds in.
Right. What's your score, Steve?
Man, what you're starting to see is Bell starting to establish the jab, and when you establish the jab, everything else works off of that. And so, Bell is just in total control of the whole fight thus far. I got him ahead 30-27.
And Steve, not only that, not just the control he has, it's the comfortability, that he's comfortable and he's so just relaxed with everything, Regardless of what Polanco does, he may jump around and throw a right hand and get excited.
Well, Polanco is a brawler, and that's what he's going to have to do. That's going to be what he's going to have to try to rely on if he's going to get back in this fight. Try to use his roughhouse tactics.
But he's going to have to, because he doesn't look like he possesses anything to hurt him.
Not one punch knockout power. But what I mean by a brawler, you have to get in and touch that fighter and slow him down, and he hasn't been able to do that. Speaking of touch, you see right there, the body shot by Bell really touched Polanco to the body, really discouraging him from doing a lot of things. Giving him a lot to think about.
Whole lot to think about. Just does so many things that he can't do anything. He stepped back there trying to think, and he can't fight like that. He has to do, like you said, he has to sell out and just go for it. But he has to jab in. He's the shorter guy.
Yeah.
So he won't get in there just by bullying.
And Bell really started to get comfortable as he's sitting down on his punches now. See the 1-2 right there as he's starting to walk down Nicholas Polanco.
Hey, join me and my partner, the Sandman, every Saturday morning for the Keeping It Real Sports podcast. We cover an array of topics. NFL, we do it. You like the NBA? We cover that too. What about the NHL? We cover that too. The UFC and much, much more. You can join in on YouTube TV, Steve's TV, Keeping It Real Sports TV, and on Facebook. It's Keeping It Real Sports, the podcast, every Saturday morning with me, Steve Taylor, the Real Sports Guy, and the Sandman, Andy Sanzada. See you then.
All right. So here we go. We're going into round number 5. Talking to you about that one. It seemed that Bell started to pick it up again. Give me your thoughts on that last round.
Well, my thoughts on the last round, I thought that Bell picked it up. He started throwing his jab more. He started going it inside his feet more. He's still flat-footed. And that meant that he was trying to touch him and hurt him.
When you see Bell starting to sit down on his punch, Polanco starting to understand the urgency, and he's picking it up now. And he is starting to dictate the pace a little bit more as he continues to push Bell back.
He has to keep doing this.
And Bell politely greets him with 3 jabs off the face.
Exactly, Steve. He does all of this jumping around and jumps on that, meaning Polanco. And Bell just steps back and pops him with a jab, uppercut.
Bell continue. The impressive thing is the things he gives him to think about, because it's not just head hunting, because it's touching him in the body as well with solid body shots, and it's a lead shot to the body.
As I said, Steve, it's just so many things that he's doing in there. You know, if you know boxing, you see it. See all the things he does.
There's a hook, and then he goes to the body once again, and then he ties up the desperate Nicholas Polanco.
Yes. Polanco he'll never win this fight like this. Lunging in may get him knocked out.
And Bell continues to press forward, utilizing that jab as he has him on the ropes.
In the corner.
And as he's putting it on the Toledo crowd, urging on the Toledo in it. The Rogers High School graduate.
You know, Steve, I think if Bell turned it up right now, he'd knock him out.
Well, you see how slick he is as he comes out of there again, and he establishes a jab once again. It's just a superior weapon.
He is just content with beating you up.
Right hand over the top as he spins and scores. Throws a hook and he scores that off the break.
I mean, the timing, the footwork. And there's nothing that Bell can do, that Polanco can do other than, as we said, jab, jab. But his corner didn't tell him that, or he didn't listen.
Well, do you find it kind of strange that he is kind of posing with that right hand as we're going to round number 6? Once again, the way I got it a shutout. I don't know about you, but I got it a shutout. You know,
I don't see a round that he won, that Polanco won in. So,
yeah. So, but to get back to my thought process, I mean, you notice Albert just kind of utilizing the left hand. I mean, he's dabbing off of it, but then I seen him hook, and he's just kind of holding the right hand there. You got any concern that he's just overutilizing the left hand? You know, we know he's had hand problems in the past. I mean,
that's a good observation, Steve. I mean, it looks like he may have injured the right hand because we know that he has brittle hands. So when you have hands like that, and he is favoring the one. He only uses one hand right now. So that's a great observation.
He's continuing to score though with that left hand.
Well, he makes the fight easy because he's educated and he knows what to do. He knows where he's at all times in his ring.
Polanco right now mixing it up, utilizing rough house type. That's his only key to victory. Right now, he's gonna really have to up the ante here and really just throw it all in and go after.
Aside from a suplex, that's about it. When this fight is to come in there. At this point.
Bell continues to score with the left hand.
And he's throwing nothing but left hands, left hooks, left jabs.
Hook to the body that scored.
I wonder if he did break it.
We know he has had problems in the past with that hand, and it'd be interesting to see if that is indeed the case. But I tell you what, he looks darn good here tonight.
When you have skill set like he has, one hand, is all you need.
Continues to circle away. Circling, yeah, and he continues to circle to the right, which is somewhat different than the fight plan that we saw unfold early on. But he continues to score with that left hand.
Yes, but he makes adjustments on the fly. This is a very educated fighter.
And there you go, when he hooks right off of that, and you just see how smart he is. A hook and he turns. And there we go. Round 6 is in the book. So 7 rounds in, 6 rounds in. What do you see?
Well, I see a shutout. I see that Polanco has no chance if he doesn't rough him up. And it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, I got a 60-54 Albert Bell.
I have the same thing, Steve.
But you see right now the urgency of Polanco as he starts to up the ante alongside Andre Morton. I'm the Real Sports guy, Steve Taylor. I am so glad you could join us. It is championship boxing. It's the premiere right here on Keeping It Real Sports.
Once again, we have Polanco just plotting, following. And Bell just popping jabs, moving.
Right into the wheelhouse.
Countering. It's just, like I said, it's a sparring session. No more than that's just that.
Man, you see right now, again, the tactical change by Albert Bell as he sits down momentarily with him, really gives him another angle and another chapter to kind of digest, to think about.
Just when you just get used to one thing, he does another thing. So he's just a very educated fighter.
Been in there sparring with the likes of Devin Haney, sparring with the likes of Vasily Lomachenko. And when you look at this guy, man, you understand why a lot of these top fighters really avoid this dude and really don't give him a shot that he deservedly deserves to have.
Well, I see the skill set that he has, and I understand why they would, avoid him.
Touches his palm again, and Polanco ties up Bell this time. And
Steve, do you know what that jabbing you in the body does for a man?
Yeah, it takes it out of you.
Takes him out of it. Yeah, aside from a knockout, I don't see Polanco ever. Not even getting close.
Yeah, right now, the way we have it, he would need a knockout to win from here, but he's really going to have to get physical more so and get inside and try to let his hands go on the inside. But he's got to get up under the jab of Bell, and Bell has been very consistent in landing that jab and really using it as a range finder.
Yes, sir. That's just what he's been doing. And at times he changes up the speed. He may throw it for a range, then he may throw it as a stiff jab. He just does so many things.
And here we go, round 8. And what do you see? Do you see anything different? I don't see it. I got it 70-63 at Albert the Prince Bell, the Toledo one.
Steve, it's interesting that Polanco's corner has not said anything about the urgency of what he needs to get done.
I mean, a lot of it could be. We don't know. Maybe they are, but I mean, when you can't get up under that right hand, that left jab, man. I mean, that left jab is really taxing right now. And we see as the ring support kind of falls off, the referee fixes it, calls a halt to the action, and here we go. But what I find odd is how they haven't figured out that Albert's not using that right hand and start to force that action to that way. Your thoughts?
I agree with that, Steve. I would utilize his weakness. That's what's going on.
But the jab of Bell is just so good, it really doesn't even matter, does
It really doesn't matter, Steve. I don't think that he can do anything aside from if he can get lucky and knock him out.
Bell continue to establish the jab, and that jab has been dominant the whole night.
Dominating, Steve. Hooks off the left hook and spins out of the way.
Body up top, and then he hooks off of it.
But Steve, he hooks off from the left hook to his right. Normally you hook off to the left.
Jab continues to be the key to victory for Albert the Prince Bell. And at this point, if you're Andy Bell and that corner, as you saw him trip right there, there's no knockdown. Will we get that? Let's clean off those gloves and let's restart this.
Steve, I thought I saw a left hook.
And there it is again. He led with the left hook this time. But if you're Andy Bell, you gotta tell Albert, hey, continue to jab him, man. Let's not even get into any of these exchanges.
That's one of the things about him that I like is no matter what people say, he just continues just winning, and he's content to pop you.
Wait. Ain't that the end of the day? The goal is to do what?
To win.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. And he's had 22 fights, and what has he done?
One.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And he continues to do that. As we move to round number 9, I don't see anything different, man. I've been seeing total domination by the Prince Albert Bell. Your thoughts?
My thoughts is total domination. I see the fight the same way you do, Steve. Bell is just continuing to do what he does. And Polanco, for his credit, he's doing the same thing he's been doing. We just follow it. Getting popped with the jab.
If you're scoring at home, we have it 80-72. That's 8 rounds to none.
And it's 8 rounds to 0.
And Bell picks up where he left off the last round.
Jab in the body, jab in the top. Left hook. Jab.
In other words, lather, rinse, repeat.
One thing for sure is Polanco in the morning time is going to smell like leather.
He'll definitely know it. He'll know he's been in a fight.
Yes.
Bang. Left hand off there and then tie up. Time out here. Looks like the shoelace is untied of Albert the Prince Bell, and that is indeed the case. You see Andy retying him up. And we're ready to rock.
And we have Polanco throwing a left jab that he found it.
But you eat leather for throwing hooks like that,
Yes.
Double hook right there. They both scored, and then he jabs.
It's just the little things that Bell does. He can fight inside, he can fight at a distance. Quick to your left jab. It changes up the speed of it. See right there, slower, then he goes faster. Moves right, moves left.
Man. Just
To so many things you have to think about.
such a seasoned fighter. And then you go right there, attack with the left hand, just out of nowhere.
Lead left hand, lead left hook. A la Roy Jones.
That was very Roy Jones-esque.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you're trying to look for things, and that's not gonna happen there, sir.
That's the only way he's gonna get out of this fight.
Yeah, here's the point now where reality starts to set in. Okay, so you got 9 rounds in. I mean, I know how I got it. I don't see
not one round.
I don't. I've got it 90 to 81. Alongside Andre Morton, I'm the Real Sports guy, Steve Taylor, with the 10th and final round. What do you tell Polanco? He's been eating tabs all night, man, like chips.
Well, I tell him, that unless he sells out, he will not win this fight. And he has to sell out. He needs a knockout. So other than a knockout, then there's no way he can win this fight.
Boxing in the Glass City on a Saturday night, you gotta love it.
Yes, sir. Beautiful, beautiful.
Shout out to Black and White Sports, who helped make all of this possible. Shout out to Vic and his producing, his crew and Pulse Entertainment for putting on a great boxing card here in the Glass City.
Sure.
We thank you, Vic. I'm looking forward to working and do more things with you. It's round 10, and here we go.
Here we go.
And now you see the urgency of Polanco. I mean, he needs to knock out the win, and everyone knows that.
But what he's doing, that's the wrong thing, is he's throwing left hooks from so far out.
But he's got to close the distance, and he's trying to do that because he's really had a hard time when he's at distance. It's been all out with Bill.
Well, he doesn't understand his distance. And that's a corner issue.
Bill continues to utilize that jab. Up and down, up and down.
Just educated.
Changing the sight line of his opponent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then he hooks.
Right inside. While he's tying up, you hook.
There's a warning.
Think about it.
There's a warning right there.
Yes.
Bell continues to, he comes forward, pressing the action. Sitting down on that left hand now.
What I like the most about Bell is he can be offensive or he can be counter-punching.
Now he's continuing to be the aggressor as he's sitting down on those punches.
The foot movement.
There you go with a 3-piece combination as he utilizes the right hand to a degree. And you give him something to think about. And he's changing the sight angles on his punches, and he's really dictating the fight.
Yes, sir. Straight jab.
And he goes right down to the body again, and right back upstairs.
Right now, it's just outclassed right now.
Exactly. There you go. Couldn't have said it better. No pushing. Warn fighters no pushing, and Bell scores 2 right hands and then a left.
Turn southpaw.
And there you go. 10 rounds in, championship boxing right here on Keeping It Real Sports. The Prince, Albert Bell.
Easy fight to score.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I mean, you know, even let's just look at it on the other side of it. Whereas if you're one of the three judges, do you look at it and say, "Hey, maybe we give him a round here or there"? I mean, what round did you give him?
I would be hard to give him any round, let alone any points in any round. So I definitely don't think he won any rounds. So I don't know what judge could see, but you know, stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Wow. A dominating performance by the Prince Albert Bell right here in the Glass City alongside Andre Morton.
Yes, sir.
Former Detroit boxer, man. Glad that you could join us, man. I mean, I've enjoyed myself today, man.
Enjoyed myself.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, looking back on some of the fights earlier, man, the kid from Cleveland, man, he was dominating. We saw a lot of the Toledo kids. Toledo is up and coming. There's a lot of very talented fighters here in the city of Toledo. Very talented, man. Shout out to Snow and company. I'm loving what's going on here, man. Jared, we got Jared Big Baby Anderson.
Right. Good, real good.
I saw Lamar earlier, so I know Sonny Fredrickson is in the house somewhere, man. You know, Sonny Fred would like to get you back on Lamar. We got to get you on to Keeping It Real Sports. You know, so but going back tonight, man, the story of tonight is the Prince Albert Bell. Man, let's go down. I think we have the official decision.
Okay.
I think the fight starter has the decision in his hands. Let's go up and get our official decision of tonight's fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget immediately following our announcement, everybody's moving over to the Bay for the official after party for Pulse Boxing and Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, please put a big round of applause together for both of your main event fighters. After 10 rounds of championship boxing, we take it to the judges' scorecards. Judge Vargas scores the contest 100 to 90. Judge Bell scores the contest 100 to 90. And Judge Maddox scores the contest 99 to 91. All for your winner by unanimous decision and new World Boxing Organization.
Well, pretty much like we thought it, Andre. It's a clean sweep. I don't know how one judge saw 99-91, but in any event, we saw a dominating performance by Albert the Prince Bell. Hey, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for joining us. Championship Boxing for Andre Morton. I'm the Real Sports Guy, Steve Taylor. We were watching Championship Boxing right here on Keeping It Real Sports.